Okay, we've officially arrived in Athens, which is our first stop for the trip. I'll tell you all about the journey that we had getting here because it was quite the adventure, but we left at 8 AM this morning and it's now gone 7 o'clock. I think it's about 7:30, something like that. So it took from 8 AM till 7:30 to get to Greece. So I'll tell you about that journey in a minute. Anyway, we've just arrived. The hotel is so cool. Like probably one of the grooviest places I've stayed. Anyway, I'm gonna do the room tour straight away because then it's gonna be shower, drinks, food. I'm so hungry. We've not been able to eat all day either, really. Anyway, I'll tell you about that later. First of all, here's the room tour. So you come straight through into this corridor. We are in a suite. I can't even remember which suite it's called. We have two Michelin starred, well, actually two Michelin starred burgers. The restaurant we think we're gonna go to tonight is called Gecko, which is right next door to this hotel. And apparently has 2 Michelin stars. I don't know, that feels like that can't be correct. Anyway, look at these burgers. I wish I could have one so much, but these are now both for Cameron, so enjoy. Yeah, exactly.
I'm so excited. Do you want the feedback?
They look so good.
The feedback?
Yeah, go on.
Ooh, weighty.
It's gonna go all over your shirt, I know it. Is that good?
I'll give them a Michelin star.
You'd give him a Michelin star. No. I'm so jealous. But you come into the main room. Here is the bar section. Here is our bed. Look at this bed, it's insane. If I could have a giant pink bed like this, I would, but our rooms are nowhere near big enough. The tub, we have a whole freestanding bathtub just in our room. And then we have a lounge. Look at this. And we've just been delivered. We haven't even looked at this yet. They've just dropped it off. A bottle of Prosecco, which is perfect because my parents are in the room next door. So we're gonna invite them round to our suite. Well, that's probably them calling. Would you mind answering that? And then if you come through here, this is our lovely bathroom.
Hello.
Look at this, so stunning.
Yes, it's perfect, thank you.
Look at this.
Yes, very, very good. Thank you very much.
This blue tile is absolutely beautiful. Look at this shower. And I'll show you my parents as well if I get an opportunity to go in there because their bathroom's like completely pink tiled and it's also so pretty. And then we've got the toilet in here, so nothing fun through there. But honestly, is this room not insane?
Epic.
Epic. So we're now gonna have a drink. There isn't really much of a view out there, is there, as far as I'm aware?
No.
No, there's just like,
a little bit of a balcony thing, but
like a little Juliet balcony type thing, but yeah, this is the room. Anyway, we're now going to have a very quick shower probably, get changed into some fresh clothes after a very busy day and pour ourselves a glass of this and go out for some very yummy food. Now, I think we should definitely eat at the place that the burgers are from because they just looked incredible, even if I didn't get to eat any of them. So we should definitely go and eat there. But yes, let the Greek adventures begin. Very quick change and we're ready to go out for dinner. I've put my very greasy plain hair up in a ponytail. I'm wearing a shirt and look at the state of our suitcases behind us. And these H&M trousers, which I love so much, but they do feel quite Greek. And Cameron's looking exactly the same. Very handsome as always.
starving.
Starving, right, let's go. Oh, we're staying at 207. Morning from Athens. We have just had breakfast, which was so lovely. Dinner last night was amazing. The restaurant here is so good. I was saying at dinner last night, I think it's the best restaurant at a hotel that I've ever been to. Usually like hotel restaurants are not really the one, but really, really good food. Those mini burgers were definitely a good indication. Cameron then went and got the main burger for his meal afterwards because those little ones were so good. I had like this truffle pasta thing that was insane. Not very like traditional Greek food, but I figured that the rest of this trip, because we're going to a small island afterwards, is just gonna be traditional Greek food every single day. So I was like, the first night we'll just have dinner that's slightly less traditional. Anyway, we are about to set off. I'm just putting my factor 50 on. We are about to set off for our one day in Athens, because the reason we've come to Athens at the beginning of our trip is so that we can go and see the Acropolis. Now, I've never seen the Acropolis before, and I don't actually know if it's one of the, I don't think it's one of the main 7 wonders of the world. It might be one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, or one of the 7 new ancient wonders of the world. I feel like there's actually so many of those wonders of the world lists, but either way, it's one of the most iconic sites from history, in my opinion. Anyway, so I'm so excited to go see it, learn all about it. We're about to head off in literally like 5 minutes on a 4-hour walking tour where we're gonna go to the Acropolis. I think there's a museum we're doing. I don't know all of the details. My dad is super, super into his history, and he loves the Greeks and the Romans, especially like that kind of era in time. So he's especially excited, and he's the one that's booked this walking tour. I think we're feeling so much more fueled for the day today. Honestly, yesterday, I can't even tell you. So we set off for our flight at about 8 AM yesterday. I think that's when it took off, like 8:15, something like that. And the whole flight was absolutely fine. And then we started to descend into Athens, and I have never flown through a storm before. And when I say lightning was like cracking outside of the window, now, luckily, or not, I don't know if it's luckily or not, we were actually sat in some really weird seats on the plane. We were sat like as a little 2, and then the air hostess was kind of like sat next to me, but facing the opposite way, like we were right next to her. They weren't the most amazing seats, I have to be honest, but, sorry, Cameron's in there brushing his teeth. They weren't the most amazing seats, but it meant that we could talk to her, because all of a sudden we started having crazy turbulence, and there was full-on lightning flashing outside the window. And she was like, don't worry, like planes can get hit by lightning and they just absorb it, it's totally fine, or they bounce it off, or whatever. Lightning doesn't affect planes. And I was like, okay, but this still doesn't feel great. We tried to come into land in Athens, and all of a sudden we start accelerating and have to swoop back up again. And that was the first time I've ever been, like I've ever had a failed landing attempt. Anyway, it was very scary, I suppose. I was honestly so impressed by the air hostesses. I know it's literally their job, but the way they just stayed so calm, and they were just like, this is completely normal. This has happened before, like everything's totally fine. And obviously Cameron knows so many things because he watches 1,000 documentaries. So he was like, it's because there's a laser that has to line up, and if the laser doesn't line up, they don't risk it, they just take off straight away. Anyway, so we end up flying out to sea and circling for a while to wait for the storm to die down. The storm then never did die down, and we started to run out of fuel. So then they're like, we're running out of fuel. And I was like, why does this feel like some terrifying TV show that I've watched? And I've been watching way too many like drama, thriller shows with Cameron lately. I was just like, this feels so terrifying. So out at sea, we're circling, we're running low on fuel, it's creepy. Anyway, eventually the pilot says, because we're running low on fuel, we need to land somewhere else. So we end up getting redirected to Crete, and we landed in Heraklion. And then we basically sat on the plane, on the, you know, at the airport, but we weren't allowed off the plane, for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that, waiting to be given the go-ahead to fly back to Athens. We had to wait for the storm to die down, but there were also quite a lot of planes circling because the storm had come out from nowhere. Apparently it wasn't predicted on any of the weather reporty things that pilots use. I don't know the technical terms. So then all of the airspaces were clogged. It felt very chaotic. Anyway, it actually probably wasn't that much of a big deal. After 2 hours, we took off again. We landed in Athens, and we finally got to our lovely hotel at 7 PM, but it was definitely a first for me to be on a flight that A, flies through a direct storm to the extent that there is lightning flashing outside your window. 2, to have a failed landing attempt, which that was like the most spooky bit to me, to feel like you're coming into land and then there'd be this like crazy acceleration that you kind of felt the plane shoot. That was the spookiest bit for me for sure. And then to be running low on fuel and redirected, they were all firsts. So this trip started out on a proper adventure. So last night we were pretty exhausted, but this hotel is amazing, dinner was amazing, we've definitely got a good story now, and we're now about to head off and see the Acropolis. We're only in Athens for today. So today is our one full day. to see everything here. Mostly it's the Acropolis, to be honest. And then tomorrow morning we wake up and we collect our hire car and we head off to our next destination, which I'll tell you all about tomorrow. But for now, let's go learn some cool stuff.
Her husband paid a lot of money apart because you see it's much more luxurious than the other. Architecture we're going to talk more when we are on site because it is slightly different from this reconstruction. But keep in mind that whatever we
Visiting the Acropolis Museum was honestly probably one of my main highlights of the entire trip. Being surrounded by so much history and knowledge from the past was, well, honestly, it really blew my mind. I found myself taking so many notes of so many of the incredible stories from Greek mythology. Of course, being in Athens, most of our learnings were focused on the goddess Athena. One of my favourite stories about her was how she fought the king of the giants, and because the king of the giants was an immortal being, he couldn't actually be killed, so she trapped him under a rock, and that rock being Sicily, the island of Sicily. And because Sicily, as you will know, has an active volcano, the story goes that every time there is any volcanic activity on the island, it's because the king of the giants that is trapped underneath it by Athena is getting restless. And there were just so many incredible stories like that, and I took so many notes, and I could not recommend visiting the Acropolis Museum more if you're in Athens.
Oh my god. Good morning. I'm in such a rush and I feel like I didn't get an opportunity to speak to you at all yesterday, but oh my gosh, was yesterday crazy. It was our only full day in Athens, so we're actually leaving Athens right now, and we've now got a road trip to our next destination, and my dad and Cameron have just gone to collect the hire car and they've just texted to say they're 10 minutes away, so I need to get all of our luggage downstairs in the next 10 minutes. But I feel like I have so much like story time to tell you about yesterday. First of all, going to the Acropolis Museum was so interesting. We had a guided walking tour, like a 4-hour walking tour. We just booked like a private one. So we had this lady that just took the 4 of us around, and she was honestly incredible. She was like, to be honest, like completely bonkers. She was such an eccentric woman and she was so funny. She was like carrying like hundreds of different things. I kept saying like, do you want me to hold one of your many water bottles, or like, do you want me to hold your bag? And she was like, no, I'm fine. And she was holding all the stuff anyway. She was completely bonkers, but she was so knowledgeable. I could not believe it. She was amazing. She knew, honestly, it just felt like everything about history ever. My dad loves history, so in between us talking all about obviously ancient Greece and talking about the Greeks and then even a little bit the Romans, we then ended up talking to her about medieval English history, and she just had the biggest wealth of knowledge. And then when we left the museum and went up to we went actually up the Acropolis to see obviously the temples at the top. You guys saw, like, Zeus is just, I'm not sure Zeus is my biggest fan. He's either celebrating my arrival in Athens or he like just doesn't really like me very much. He sent lightning to throw me off course while I was on the plane. And then when we were at the top of the Acropolis, that downpour was crazy. I don't think I got, in fact, I'm sure I didn't get a clip like of the lightning. We came back down the Acropolis. I'm mixing all this up. I'm gonna have to tell you this all properly when we get to our next destination. I can sit down. But we were at the top of the Acropolis. Everything happened there. And then when we came down, we went to go and see Zeus's temple, which is not at the top, it's down at the bottom. And when we were looking at Zeus's temple, honestly, this is no word of a lie. We're looking at Zeus's temple. She's telling us all about it. And this crazy lightning cracks down the back of the temple. And I just thought to myself, oh my gosh, when did everybody stop believing in the Greek gods? Because it was so like spooky, but amazing. And anyway, it was such a cool day. The first 48 hours of my birthday trip have definitely been filled with a lot of adventure, a lot of rain, a lot of thunderstorms. I have never been so soaked through in my life. So I basically spent this morning, while Dad and Cameron go and get the hire car, sat on the floor, hair drying my trainers and my bra, which is also like complete, I still can't get it dry. Everything is just like sodden. And there aren't any radiators here, obviously, because we're in Greece. Like, how often does it really rain? Anyway, so I need to go, but I will pick up with you when we get to our next destination, which is then our final destination. And we're then staying in a villa for a week, and my brother and we're picking my brother actually up from one of the airports on our drive on the way. It's about a 5-hour drive, and then my sister and her boyfriend get in later tonight, so they won't be with us till kind of 11 o'clock at night tonight, but I'll show you around when we get there. But yeah, I've got to go. Anyway, it's all happening, and I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to you more yesterday. I was busy and then freezing cold and then exhausted, and that was basically my day. See you when we get to the next destination. Just like that, we arrived at our final destination, which is in Lefkada. We were actually staying in an area called Sivota Bay. This was meant to be like a proper room tour, villa tour voiceover, but there was actually just too much squealing from everybody in the background, so it's a voiceovered tour now. This is the kitchen, everything we could possibly need. It was like kind of cut into the rocks, which was amazing. We had an extra bathroom, but then this is the corridor with all of the main rooms. So there are 3 rooms along this side of the corridor. Look at the bathrooms, they're just incredible. Every room had like a double and a bathroom with it, so like every room was an ensuite, which is just insane. The 3 that are all along here are quite copy-paste of each other, which was great. I mean, there wasn't too much argument and squealing over who got what room. But this is room 2, and then you carry all the way along to the end, and then this is the final room 3. Honestly, everyone was like rushing into each of the rooms to see what they looked like. And then all the way back up the corridor, heading towards the other side of the villa. This living room is just amazing. What an incredible place for an entire family to be. Like, it's such good like hosting, chill out, sociable space. And then this is my parents' room. They had this amazing bath. I don't know if they ever actually used it, but look at this, like properly like hewn into the rocks like that. Oh, heaven to me, being able to have a bathtub like that. The actual bedroom, quite similar to the other ones, all just so beautiful. And then here we go. It was down to me as the birthday girl to choose which room I wanted. Okay, I think we've chosen our room. It's quite hard. Cameron, you do the honours, open the things. Is there a switch even?
No. To open it?
Yeah, this is our room. This is our room. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna wake up on my birthday from my bed and this is the view. What? How nice is this? I know if we open it like that, then we'll be able to see through to my siblings' bedrooms and wave through that. But oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow. Should we open it up?
Yeah.
How do we do that? Oh.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And then you can come down here.
Yeah, and sit out here in the morning. What do you think? Say that again?
I think it's epic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy with this?
I think it will work.
Oh my gosh. I love the fact that we've got like flamingo things and the grill. This is heaven. It's like a proper outdoor kitchen. Look at this. It's like a hole. There's even plugs and everything.
Yeah, there's
Oh my gosh. There's like a proper fridge out here.
it's a proper kitchen.
It's a proper kitchen. You could hire like full-on caterers. Oh my gosh, that's heavy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's a watermelon. No, it's not. It's a kiwi. It's a kiwi. Wow. I don't even know how to take it all in.
Epic, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow. Look, even all of the products are molten brown. Like, what is going on? I am so confused. This is insane. I'm honestly shook. Anyway, I put my bikini straight on. I'm so hot. I'm getting in the pool. I'm getting in the pool. Happy holidays, guys. Maybe hour and a half. We opened our literally the only resources we have is a bottle of Prosecco. So we've drank the bottle of Prosecco between us, swam in the pool, which is so nice. Honestly, I literally can't compute how the sun goes down like right over the bay and we can just look out across the bay. It's like literally beyond. I feel shook. Anyway, we're about to head out for dinner. My sister and her boyfriend are not arriving till about 10 o'clock tonight. And then my brother's girlfriend is arriving in a few days because she had a hen do this weekend. Anyway, slowly but surely, the whole gang is coming together, but we're heading out for dinner now. This is my look for night one. It has taken me 10 minutes to get ready, probably less. I've got these big pearl earrings on that actually used to be my grandma's. My classic pink top that I always wear that is from Topshop. It's about 15 years old. I'm so sorry I can't link it. And then you can tell by the full state of our room we haven't probably unpacked yet. But then I'm just wearing like my big, fun, quite Grecian maxi skirt and literally flip-flops. The bag that is slowly dying. I think this trip is probably going to be this. This bag is from Mango. I really like it, but I think it's done. I think this is this bag's last hurrah, because when we were in Athens and we had that huge downpour at the Acropolis, it just got soaking wet. I don't think it's supposed to get that wet. You can see the chain is starting to like fully rust. So sometimes if I wear really white outfits, it starts to rub off. Anyway, we're about to go out for dinner, but I've just been told I'm feeling so lucky. I don't really know what to do with myself, and I'm feeling very spoiled. I don't really know what to do with myself. I've just been told that another surprise, if this place wasn't always incredible enough. I don't really know what my family are doing. They're going like, anyway, I'm very lucky. We've got a boat for the week. They have hired a boat. It's like a little putt-putt kind of a boat, but we've got a boat that has an actual little motor, and we've got it with us for the entire week. And our property is like there's two properties, there's our one and another one, and we both share a little jetty that actually goes out into the sea on the harbour that I'm looking out at right now. And in 5 minutes they're going to deliver our boat. So my dad and my brother have already gone across the bay to like get a beer, and they wandered over. They wanted to go exploring straight away pretty much, so they're in town, but like it's a little
fishing village, but they've gone into town to have a beer before we go for dinner. And me, Cameron and my mum are gonna go and collect the boat. And I think we're actually gonna try and, you can either walk and do like a 20-minute walk kind of round the bay into town, or you can sail. You can take your boat, don't know if it counts as sailing if you haven't got a sail, but you take your boat and you can like plot up and you can moor up in the little thing. So I think we're going to take the boat over, because the lady that manages this property was saying that in the morning you can go down to our little jetty with your boat. You can go down to the little jetty, take your boat over to the harbour port thing and get croissants and coffees in the morning. I mean, we've got a coffee machine and stuff, but you can go and get croissants and breakfast stuff and then come straight back. Or if you wanted to go out for lunch, you can take your little boat over. It's beyond perfect. Anyway, I'm gonna go so I can be there as well to collect the boat. I'm very excited. And then we're gonna go for our very first dinner. Yeah, this place is so nice. Let's go explore. Lefkada. Did I say that we were coming to Lefkada? I don't even know if I've told you that. We've arrived in Lefkada. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the shop. Our final destination for the rest of the trip is an island called Lefkada, but it's not a full island. It's technically connected to the mainland by a fake bridge, as in it's a bridge that connects it, but it's a detachable bridge. It's actually a pontoon that floats, which is why it technically counts as an island, because the bridge that connects it, they kind of disconnect it when the boats need to get through. So every hour, like the sides come up and it spins 90 degrees so the boats can pass, and then it kind of goes back and turns into a bridge again for the cars. So anyway, we drove all the way from Athens to here. It took about 4.5 hours to get here, and we picked up my brother from the airport, from an airport along the way. And it's beautiful. It's reminding me so much of Corfu. I absolutely love it so far. Like, it's so green and lush and not really arid like some Greek islands. I know the greenery and how luscious it is means that it is therefore susceptible to rain, but I would say that of all the Greek islands I've visited so far, like Corfu and Paxos and Antipaxos are probably my favourites because of how green they are. And Lefkada is giving me such strong Corfu vibes. Like, it's so green. Anyway, it's lovely. Anyway, Cameron is now staring at me, talking to you, and is probably trying to rush me to say the boat is arriving. I need to go. We will catch up tomorrow, I promise. But for now, let's enjoy our first evening in Lefkada in Sivyota. I think it's called Sivyota or Sivota Bay. It's beautiful. Let's go. Day like one, I suppose, like proper day one, and we're going out on the boat. We're literally getting straight out on it. Why would we not when we've got the boat for the next few days? So my dad has actually hurt his tooth, so he's actually going to the dentist. He needs to have that sorted. The rest of us are all going out on the boat, and then we're going to meet him for lunch. Don't know if he's going to be able to eat anything, but we're going to meet him for lunch in a different cove, in a different bay area. But yeah, for now, we're all dressed and ready. I've got a new bikini from Frankie's Bikinis that is so pretty. I think I showed it to you in my pack with me video if you saw that. But I've got my new bikini on today. I've got my Eras Tour bracelets on, of course. Oh wow, Cameron's here. And I've got my little Free People pink dress on. But yeah, time for boat day. Today we are going kayaking. It feels like it's pretty early. I don't know what time it actually is, but we have got a 4-hour kayaking, canoeing, I can't remember which one it actually is, tour around some caves, which is so fun. I have to be honest, I am very pleased that they're the ones that have 2 people in them. Why do I not know if it's kayaking or canoeing? That feels like something that I would normally just really know. Anyway, that we're 2 to a boat, which I'm very pleased about because I do not think that my biceps have the strength to canoe or kayak, whatever you want to call it, for 4 hours. So thankfully I'm in a boat with Cameron, so he can help. But yeah, it sounds so fun. We get like a stop for lunch. He said that there's like some fruit included. So we're literally jetting off in like 2 minutes, but the sun here is so hot. So I've become a bit of like a sun cream demon. I'm lathering it on like every 2 seconds and like covering and recovering every inch of my body so that I don't get burnt. And it feels like kayaking is one of those things where you do just really get burnt because you're so distracted and you're on the water all day. And I don't know, I always think that like the reflection of the water makes it so much worse. Cameron's just been for a swim first thing off the jetty, which it looks like he's just returned back. And to be honest, we need to get ready to go. So I will see you on the boat. Literally just about to head out for dinner. It's 8 o'clock. I have just felt like I've been hit by a truck all day today. Kayaking was so fun. We did it for 5 hours. So it was like a proper long slog of a kayaking-y day. But it was so much fun. We did so many cool things. The starfish was amazing. I haven't really like held starfish like that before, and you could really tell how much the guys just like love the ocean, love the wildlife. And obviously he was passing the starfish around, but he was so conscious of like, make sure you keep it wet, and we're only doing this for 2 minutes, then we're going to put him back on the rock we found him. And he just they were a really good balance of like letting us experience the ocean, letting us experience all of the nature around us whilst also like really respecting it. Anyway, it was such a good day, but oh my gosh, we came back and I fell asleep for an hour, a whole hour, and then I was desperately trying to get up and I couldn't. Anyway, I ended up probably in bed for like an hour and a half. You can probably still tell that I'm groggy, but we now need to go for dinner. I don't know why I'm so exhausted today. It's also, I think, that holiday thing where we were obviously everything was so go-go before we came on holiday. I always have that thing that once you get on holiday, you kind of crash a bit. And then obviously we arrived on holiday in a city. There was so much chaos with like the weather and the journey here and everything. And I think now it's all catching up to me. We had a really like physically active day today. We kayaked about 12 Ks, I think it was in the end. So we did 12 kilometers, which, I mean, I thought I was going to be able to like, you know, skive a bit because I was in the same boat as Cameron, but it was a decent amount of effort, I have to say. Anyway, tomorrow's definitely going to be a very chill day, and my brother's girlfriend arrives tomorrow, which is so fun. And then officially we're all going to be here for the rest of the week, which is so nice. But yeah, for now, tonight, I am wearing this Anthropology waistcoat. It's so nice. It's like a knitted material, so it's so comfy. And I'm wearing these striped H&M linen trousers, which I will link for you guys. I also realized how badly we packed when we got here, but thankfully there's a washing machine, so I'm definitely going to be repeat wearing a few of the outfits. But this is the look for tonight, and I'm very excited for some tzatziki and saganaki and all of my favorite Greek foods, because I need some refueling after a busy day.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on. Put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone. If I could take you back to my youth, show you what I wish I knew. My will is strong with a place to lean. In the moment I hung desperately. The other ring on my wrist is gold, pairing with the light it holds. When I return from my skin and bones, I'm remembering the words you told me. Wait, hold on. Put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on. Put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone.
There's something in there, a little taste.
The other.
Oh, we are doing two separate ones.
Yeah, sorry, so we're doing a ketchup and tomato.
I think they're both good. Mythos is what you used to think Greek beer, you think mythos. Yeah.
Hello everyone. I have been so bad at vlogging today. Oh my gosh. It was my birthday yesterday and this, like the last few weeks of vlogs are just feeling so chaotic. So I don't know if you're gonna see my 30th birthday vlog or this vlog first. I'm genuinely not sure, but my actual birthday day, I vlogged separately. So you'll see that in my 30th birthday day vlog separately from this week in Greece vlog. But oh my gosh, today I've just been so exhausted. I feel like yesterday was such an emotionally charged day, being my actual birthday. I had the best day, it was amazing, but today has been so exhausting. So I've been truly terrible at vlogging, but it's our final night and I'm so sad it's our final night here. It's been, honestly, the property we're staying in, I mean, I know it's kind of like a once in a lifetime property, like it's not somewhere that you go back to year on year, but it is incredible. The fact that we've all been able to be here, we've got the pool, we've got the views, there have been lovely restaurants nearby, we could hire a boat, there's been like water sports activities when we've gone kayaking, like it's just been flawless. So for our final night, we're just enjoying being here. We're cooking up some pasta, we're doing like some feta, tomato, grilled veg, seafood. We're basically cooking everything that is left in the fridge around a kind of a pasta-y theme. Just trying to use everything up before we leave tomorrow. I haven't done a lick of packing. I think I'm gonna just start all of that in the morning. To be honest, we actually have to check out by 10, which I feel like is so early. Does anybody else think that you used to check out of hotels or Airbnbs like much later? It used to be like 12 o'clock and I just feel like it keeps creeping earlier and earlier. Anyways, we have to leave by 10, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pack tomorrow morning and just enjoy our final night. To be honest, I really need to get back out there because right now everyone is cooking and I am not helping and it's kind of an all hands on deck type situation. But we've just been in town having a final drink. We're staying in Savota Bay as the area. And it's just been so lovely. Like, we've just had the very best time. Anyway, time to enjoy our final night, and chances are, based on how chaotic I'm being with this vlog, I will say hello to you in the morning tomorrow. But for now, let's enjoy our final night.
Five fours.
None.
Cameron has 2. I have none.
I've got none. You never know.
Bruno.
You never know.
I have a 6.
I've got 2.
None.
1. And I've got 2.
I've got 0.
God. Is that your doggy life gone as well?
You know what?
Well, I may have been the queen at explaining the rules of how you play Perudo, but apparently somehow I'm the first out and I lost. So I'm on tea duty because it's actually very late. Well, very late. I think it's like 11:30, which to me is very late. Anyway, so I'm now on the tea duty making everybody tea. Honestly, this is me being a little bit gushy, but so we came here, as you know, I love my mint tea before bed, and every night I always have a mint tea before bed, without fail. Oh my gosh, one sec. Sorry, the tap fell into the sink there for a minute. It was one of those like stretchy ones and the thing popped out. Anyway, I love my mint tea before bed. We've looked in every single supermarket trying to find mint tea. No luck. The Greeks clearly just do not have mint tea standardly in their supermarkets, or that's me being such a generalist, but the area where we are, we've been to like hundreds of supermarkets, none of them have mint tea. And then the other day, because it was my birthday, Cameron took the car out for a drive and found a garden centre and bought a mint plant, which we're going to leave for the owners of our Airbnb so that I could have my fresh mint tea. And look at the size of this thing. He went out and bought this entire mint plant so that I could have mint tea on my birthday. Is that not just the sweetest thing? Sorry, I know that's such a gushy moment, but I just thought that was literally the sweetest thing in the whole wide world, that he went and bought me an entire mint plant so that I could have mint tea on my birthday. Anyway, so I'm now making a full round of mint tea for all the people that are not out of the game, because they're all doing surprisingly well. Cameron's never played Perudo before, but it's beginner's luck because him and my brother's girlfriend have never played it before. And they're both doing so well, and I'm a seasoned player. I'm good at Perudo, but anyway, not tonight. We've had the nicest final night here. Honestly, it's been so lovely. We went into town, we had loads of drinks. There was a cocktail bar that we hadn't been to, we went to for the first time. We've come back. We made one giant like tomato and feta pasta. You know that viral like TikTok lockdown recipe that was where you put like a full block of feta and like you roast tomatoes and the feta all together and then add in the pasta. So good. We made one big dish of that, and then one big dish of more of like a more plain like dairy free for a couple of people here, like a roasted veg and like just like garlic and oil spaghetti thing. We had salad, we had garlic bread, which we kind of homemade ourselves. Honestly, it was the nicest food. It was so good. It rivaled loads of the restaurants we've been to. And then for my birthday, one of them got me like one of those giant Toblerones that say happy birthday on them. So we've all just been enjoying munching on my birthday Toblerone while we play some games, now of which is Perudo, but honestly I'm very excited for bed because honestly I'm just not a night owl kind of gal. It is 12 past midnight. It is so late. Cameron knows me too well. I keep asking him the time. He's like, don't worry about the time, just have a nice time, enjoy a fun night on holiday. He's like, I know if I tell you the time, you'll just bail out and go to bed. And so he's been avoiding telling me, but it's gone midnight. I'm not a night owl. Honestly, I'm not much of a morning, what's the word? Early bird. I'm not much of an early bird either, to be honest. I'm a core hours kind of girl. I'm a 6:30 a.m. till 10 p.m. Those are my hours. 6:30 in the morning till 10 p.m. at night, I'm awake. Otherwise, I want to be asleep. Anyway, I'm gonna go make this mint tea, take everybody a tea, and then it's gonna be good night on our final evening here. We've had the best time, but I will see you in the morning.
Yes.
Yours?
Yes. We've honestly had the nicest, however many days it's been. 6 days here, week here. We're now gonna go to the beach club for our final morning, but it's beautiful today and we're all basically packed. I mean, you can tell I'm not fully packed, but we're nearly there. It's been a morning of packing for a final day at the beach club.